Hello YouTube, this is Scorpius Drago 21, and today I'm making an Amy Rose pixel art. To do this project, you're going to need 12 different materials to do this project. You're going to need black wool, orange clay, stone bricks, light gray wool, orange wool. You're going to need white clay. You're also going to need lime wool, red wool, white wool, you're also going to need magenta wool, smooth sandstone, and yellow wool. Once you get all your materials, you can find where you want to build it. I'll build it right here. So what you're going to need is, starting on the ground, you're going to need 6. Going to the right, you're going to need 6 black wool. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And starting on the left side, you're going to need to do an upper left diagonal. Go up by 2. Do a upper right diagonal, go up by 1. Then you do another upper right diagonal. And you do another upper right diagonal, go up by 1. Then to the left by 2. Now I'm going to finish this part of the pixel art. Now starting at the bottom where you just laid the 6, you're going to need to do an upper right hand diagonal, go up by 2. You're going to do an upper left diagonal, go up by 2, and over 1. Now, go down to where you did the first 3 blocks of the right diagonal here. You go over by 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. And you add another one, which is 7, then you go up by 1. Now you're going to need your stone bricks. Place one on top of the 2 black wool. Then do 2 upper left diagonals, then go over by 2. Then above and below the 3rd stone brick, you're going to need to do 2 black wool. That's both of the feet for Amy. Now here, you're going to need to go do a left diagonal, go up by 1 and over 1. Hello, Kaylee. You must have missed some of my explanation. If you had to, rewind the stream. But anyway, let me know when you've caught up, Kaylee, and I'll continue on.
Well, my game's gonna make noise.
I'm currently building Amy Rose from Sonic. If you've seen Amy Rose of Sonic Adventure 2 or any of the Sonic X shows, you know which one I'm talking about. Now the three that were put here, you're going to need to do an upper right diagonal, on right diagonal, and go over 1, up 2. Well, I can help you do it, but I can tell you all the materials you're going to need unless you've seen already caught up on the stream. Alright, Kaylee, because you're here and you're late, I'm going to help you out. What you're going to need is black wool, orange hardened clay, stone bricks, light gray wool, orange wool, white hardened clay, magenta wool, smooth sandstone, yellow wool, white wool, red wool, and lime green wool. Let me know when you got all your materials and I'll start out from the feed I just started on, because I'm not that far along. Let me know when you want me to continue on and I'll continue on. Now, I'm currently in the area of my map that I make in my Sonic area. Now what you get? Alright. Now just continue to stream and you can catch up when you're done eating, alright? Alright. So, to continue on, you're going to need to do a upper left diagonal, 2 upper left diagonals, and then bottom left diagonal, go over 1, and go down till you meet up here. Alright, I just keep explaining what's going on, so, because I will lose track easily. Alright. Continue from here, you're going to need to do an upper right diagonal. With the left diagonal, go over 2. Do an upper left diagonal, upper right diagonal, go up 1, upper left diagonal, go over 1, and upper right diagonal, and another one, and another upper right diagonal, then go up 1. Alright, that's most of Amy done right now. Almost of her outline. Now you're going to need your red wool. And from here, you put 2 red wools here. And here you go up by 4 with red wool. Then you're going to need 2 black wool up the left diagonal. Then a red wool right underneath that. Now to continue on with the red wool, you're going to need to go up by 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then an upper left diagonal. And find the middle of the 4 reds that you did. Place 2 black wool. Then you're going to need 2 magentas right there. Then you're gonna need a red on top of that. Then you're gonna need 2 upper left diagonals and over 1. Right next to that you do a pink wool, a magenta wool, and a lower left diagonal of the magenta wool. Now the rest of this I'm going to use the red wool. Do an upper right diagonal to start off in this area right here. Then a upper left diagonal, go over by 3. And lower left diagonal. Over 1, down 1, up 1. Now this top part you need to go over by 4. Add 4 more to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here you need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then here you need to go over by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this long section right here is where you continue from. Go down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then go next to the lower one, go up by 3. From this area right here, you go down by 2. In the red, do a bottom right diagonal. Put a black underneath. Then you do 2 lower right diagonals in red. And below those, you put black wool. Next to the red, you go up by 2. Over 1, down by 2, then in the center here, you go over by 2. Then you do a lower right hand diagonal, lower left diagonal, go down 2, find the center, go over left and right by 1. Then you do a lower right diagonal, then another diagonal, go down by 1, do 2 left diagonals till you connect to that part right there. Now up here, do another right diagonal, down by 3, 1, 2, 3, till it meets up with the bottom part of her feet. Then you do find the center 2 and place 2 there. That's the majority of Amy done. Now we just need to finish the rest of her, which is the last part of her arm. Now, come to where we first started, do an upper left diagonal. Then you do another upper left diagonal, go up by 2, go over 1, then up 1. In this area you go do a lower right diagonal, upper right diagonal, upper left one, and upper right one. That's the outline of Amy done. Now, what I'm going to do is work on part of her eye right now. So for that part, you're going to need the red wool and the orange clay. Make sure they're put together to make it easier on you. This redwood here. On top of that red wool, you go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the black wool. And you go over 1 there. Then go up 1 on this, over 1, and then you place another one. You do an upper right diagonal, 2 upper right diagonals, and go over 1. Place the orange clay there. You're also going to need your orange wool for this part of her face. Place wool to the right and below of the orange stained clay you just placed the orange wool. And diagonal on the right diagonal, you place another orange stained clay. From here, you go over by 4 with the orange wool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you do orange stained clay. Here you do another 2 orange clay. And upper right diagonal from the orange clay, you place a orange wool. That's the lower part of her face. And above this black part, you fill it up with just a magenta. Right in this location. And you're going to need your white wool. Place a white wool here. Go down by 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put it in that location. It's kind of hard to explain, so I'm just going to place it and you follow me from there. You need any help, want me to explain it again, I will. Now this next part, you're going to need the lime wool. Place a lime wool there. 1 black, 1 lime. Then, right next to the other lime block you just placed, you place an orange wool there. Then do a lower left diagonal of the green lime wool, you place a black wool. Right next to that one, you place an orange wool to the left of it. Now, on top of this orange one right here, you place 1 lime, 1 black, 1 lime. That's part of her eyes. That's her eyes completed right there, her eyeballs. Now, this double black wool right here, you do a bottom right diagonal with the pink, with the magenta. Another bottom right, go down by 2, then over 1. That's Amy's face right there. Now, from this part, take the white wool and fill in for. You place 4 there, then the rest of it above this 4 white wool you just placed. You do the white wool in that location, and there you'll have her eyes completed. Now for the next part, we'll work on her boots. On top of the 6 wools you placed at the beginning of the build, you placed 6 stone bricks on top. Then you find the center and go up by, do 4 double stacks here. That's part of her straps or buckles that she has on her shoes. Now in this location, I believe her left boot, you do 2 stone brick. You're gonna need fill the rest of this in with the gray wool, light gray wool. Then I'm just gonna build out this other part of the shoe, and you can follow from there. So over 2, up 1, and over 3. 1, 2, 3. That's part of her shoe right there. Now here, you place 3 whites. This upper left diagonal from that, you put another 3 whites. Those are her socks. Here, you do 2 whites, do an upper right diagonal, do 2 more whites, and upper right diagonal, and do another wool, regular white wool. And that's part of her skirt.
Hello.
Now for this next part, right below her chin, you do 2 white wools in that location. And that's it. Now here, part of her glove, you need 1 stone brick here. And for this next part, you're going to need orange clay and yellow wool. Once you get your orange clay out, this black wool right here, you go over 2, right 2, above it by 1, do an upper right diagonal, go over 2, go over 1, and go down and then lower right diagonal by 1. Then fill the rest of this part in, just these 2 areas and that, with the yellow. Then you're done with your yellow wool, so you're not going to need that anymore. Now, we're going to work on the area of her ear. So you're going to need your red wool and your orange hardened clay. So, place 1 red wool here. Skip a space, place an orange clay, and do a lower right diagonal from the orange clay there. Then you'll have the other part, then you'll have her ear done. You place a smooth sandstone in that location. And yes, in case I forgot to mention, the rest of this area right here is just smooth sandstone.
Oh, I'm picking my cup now.
Now through the rest of this, I'll point out all the locations you can do. This location right here, which is above her skirt, you place an orange clay. Here, you do the orange wool, and this way I'm placing it now. I'll stand back and let y'all get the gist of how the design works on her right hand. And the rest of this is all white wool. That's her glove right there.
One more field secret.
Here, the other glove is just 8 things of wool. Now here, all you need is the red in that location, and you're gonna need the white stained clay in there. Right below that, you're gonna need the magenta wool. And yes, the rest of the boots here is red. That's her feet now completed. Didn't mean to throw that out. Now, this space right here, it's all magenta wool. Fill that in with magenta. After that, you're gonna need a smooth sandstone here, here, and here. And the rest of it is just red in this location. That's majority of Amy done right now. Step back, if you've done it correctly, it should look like this. Now, kind of over to where her hair hangs down from in this area, you're mainly gonna need your pink, the magenta wool, and the white stained clay. Do magenta here, here, and here. Then up here you do a couple of them right there. You need magenta here. You need, from this red piece, you're going to need 2 magenta that way, and 1 diagonal. And the rest of it, you need the white stained clay for. And you fill all that in. And not all the pixel arts are going to look exactly like the actual characters because they don't have many colors available. So I'm just going by what colors I'm being told through by the files I have. So yeah, once you do all that, you can fill all this in. And there you go. Your Amy pixel art is now complete. Now, what I do with all my arts, you don't have to use these, but I use the purpur blocks. Or in other words, if you're on PS3 still, you use quartz blocks, quartz pillars, and quartz stairs. And since I'm on the PS4, since some of my viewers may be on the last generation of consoles, I'm going to do it with the quartz. Now, what I do with all my pixel arts when I'm done with them is frame them. Line them up completely with the picture you just did. Go all the way around with it. You don't really have to, it's just giving a much better design, looking like it's actually in a frame. Now, I'm using the quartz block since some of my viewers are on the recent gen consoles. But yeah, just follow what I'm doing with the quartz with this, since it's pretty easy, self-explanatory. Just follow along as I'm doing this. In this location, please excuse the background noise. There's people in the house with me. But yeah, pretty much after you use the quartz pillars and the stairs, all you do is fill the rest in with the regular quartz blocks. if you want to make it faster, you can always drink a potion of swiftness to help you go faster. And I will be doing a couple more pixel arts in other streams after this one. So stay tuned for my other streams of pixel arts. I've been promising my subscribers more pixel arts. I'm gonna do at least several of them before I go to bed tonight. So once everything's done, your Amy sprite picture should look just like it came off the sprite sheet that's available on Google. So please comment, subscribe on what you want me to do next, and I'll see you in the next one in the next hour. In the next hour I'll be doing another stream. So if you got any suggestions on what I should do, go ahead and comment below in the description. I'll be sending you a link to a tutorial that helped me do pixels. And I'll see you all in an hour. Goodbye.